from the Uti Coop to that ghost dog. Pigeons on the roof like ghost dog. Dwight Howard on the post.
Welcome back to the Pop of the Man podcast. I'm your host, Jay. With me today, I have my always loyal co-host, Cord. What's up, Cord?
How you been? Cold and afraid. You know what time it is.
We got DeLon with us today. What's up, DeLon?
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Jordan.
And for the first time ever, we have Groovy Grant with us. What's up, Grant?
People, how y'all doing?
And you know we give you our takes on basketball, music, and everything in between. This is episode 98 of the Pop of the Man podcast.
Wait. Come on, Grant. You got to say it, man. You got to start your first episode off with a bang.
Just go with Dr. Sebi. Just go with Dr. Sebi.
Grant's ain't better get him smoked.
But y'all, nah. I ain't finna I'm not finna have an ice cream truck posted outside my house.
Man.
But anyway, this is episode 98 of the Pop of the Man podcast. Generally, we talk about basketball and music, but today we're only going to talk about just music because all our basketball hosts are not here today. So stay tuned for that. The only announcement is if you are listening to this on Anchor, on Apple, on Spotify, if you're listening to it on anywhere in podcast form, know that you can find this episode in the show notes, in the details, and you can find a link to our YouTube channel, and you can watch us on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, watch our videos and content, or even post some exclusive content on YouTube. And so you want to make sure you definitely subscribe to YouTube so you don't miss that kind of stuff. But also we should have maybe 3 episodes releasing this week. Potentially this episode we will have a artist interview possibly this week, and we'll possibly also be releasing a quarantine episode where we talk about just anything, not really just basketball and music. So be prepared for all of that. We got a lot of stuff coming towards you. Subscribe, like, comment, do all those beautiful things, people. So moving on to the first topic of the day, I want to talk to you guys about the odd fallout between French Montana and Young Thug, which happened early in the week, where it all began with French Montana took to Twitter and said he wanted to do a hit battle with none other than Kendrick Lamar. He said 20 songs. I feel like I can go toe-to-toe with him. I feel like I can win, which led to a flurry of people on Twitter telling French Montana, you out your cotton picking mind. And it also led Young Thug taking to Twitter, Instagram, whichever platform, I can't remember which platform he used first, recording a video and saying, you really think you can go hit for hit with Kendrick Lamar? He said, man, you ain't got the hits Kendrick got. I don't know what you're talking about, player. And which led to French Montana replying, and then Young Thug replied, and it led to them talking about gunplay and talking about you don't want to mess with me and all this kind of stuff. So I guess my first question I want to ask y'all is French Montana's request to go hit for hit, was that against Kendrick Lamar? Was that an unfair request, or would y'all have actually liked to have seen that battle?
It was. We definitely don't.
I don't want to see that.
We definitely don't.
See, I don't feel like French Montana had any. He had any reason to say this, because I'm gonna say this: French Montana has been part of a lot of hip hop hits / club bangers over the years with Pop That, a flurry of other songs. And Kendrick Lamar isn't what you would typically think of when you think of like rappers who make hits. You don't typically think Kendrick Lamar. So in essence, I can see why French. I thought it was people saying, why the word French think Kendrick Lamar? Why not somebody else? I can see why he thought Kendrick, because Kendrick isn't a rapper who generally tries to make hits.
But when he drops an album, literally all of his songs are hits.
Yes, all the songs just happen to be hits.
Exactly.
Like the intro "Blood," which is literally just an intro of him talking. That song went gold.
And that's Fox News.
Simple. Yeah, that's technically not a hit, but it sold like a hit. So I get why French was probably thinking like, well, no, we talking about his hit songs. Like, you think he could beat him? You don't think Kendrick got 20 hit songs?
And that's one reason why I'm not interested at all in seeing this happen. Just simply because one, I know Kendrick's gonna watch him, but I don't know, man. That's a weird request from French. I don't know.
I felt like it was low hanging fruit because with Kendrick, y'all are right saying he's not a hit type of artist. I feel like it was low hanging fruit, and he was just. First of all, I don't know why out of all people he picked him. That's just my thing, because it was just like Kendrick over here minding his entire business. He chilling.
I just feel it because he saw Kendrick Lamar as a big target, and he's thinking to himself like, who's the biggest artist I think I can beat in a hit battle? In his mind, he's probably like Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar don't really make hits. Like I could most likely beat Kendrick Lamar in a hit battle. That's probably what it was. Like he couldn't say, hey, I want to go against like Tyga, which I think Tyga will beat him as well. Or he couldn't say I want to go against
Washington.
Like beating one of them don't really mean a lot. Opposed to if he's able to convince people, I think I can go against Kendrick Lamar, get it set up, and actually beat Kendrick. That'd be a bigger news story to him beating Tyga, so to speak. So French just had an astronomically high amount of confidence in himself to believe this, which I don't really blame him because, like I said, I kind of see where he's coming from. He's probably because like let me sit here and think about Kendrick hits like Humble, like that's not really a strong hit, so to speak. I don't really see Loyalty as a strong hit. I don't really see God and Love is like unmovable hits. And like you talking about just from Damn. But granted, you know, on the flip side, like French Montana, a lot of his hits is literally hits because of not his part, but because of other people's contributions. So that's the other layer to this.
My thing is, I'm glad Young Thug came out and he spoke on Kendrick's behalf because I felt like low key on Twitter, people was trying to push this agenda that Kendrick didn't have hits or anything like that. But when Young Thug came out and said that, you saw the narrative shift, like, oh yeah, y'all right, y'all wrong for playing Kendrick and blah 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 blah. Like, stop capping. Y'all know good and well y'all was on trying to push this French Montana agenda on the timeline before Young Thug came out. And I'm just grateful that he came out and kind of was like, hey, dead all that talk about Kendrick.
And which is pretty cool because you know, a lot of times Kendrick Lamar fans and Young Thug fans have seen his polar opposites on Twitter with both of them trying to say, look, you know, Bar 6 is better than anything Kendrick Lamar made. And like people who cheer like Kendrick Lamar is like, you know, things Kendrick Lamar made is better than anything Young Thug made. So it's dope to see an artist that's not like Kendrick Lamar come out and say, look, man, y'all ain't messing with Kendrick Lamar. That was dope for me. I love that moment, even though it led to two other artists fighting amongst each other.
Two people in like two completely different lanes of rap kind of taking up for each other. Because in the media, you don't really see Kendrick. Like, usually when you hear about Kendrick, you hear his name paired up with Drake or Cole or something like that. And just seeing two people in two completely different lanes of rap, kind of like, hey,
have a conversation about
don't mess it up. Yeah.
So
that's why French ain't gonna get nothing but half a bar on the next single from Kendrick. Can't get that energy.
Has he done a track with Kendrick?
No, I don't think they've ever.
No. I think he's gonna like give him he's gonna mention him half a bar.
You got to because he said Candyman. He said Kendrick name, so Kendrick got to say something. He got to say something.
Imagine Kendrick getting on IG Live and doing a fucking hit battle with French Montana. Oh man,
niggas getting bold out here, man. Like that's why he need to come back and release something.
Clout is a drug, man. Clout is a drug.
It was like this a little bit leading up to Damn, where people were talking crazy about Kendrick Lamar and like they were talking about like how he can't make big records, like he can't make music that bump in a whip, and he can't make music that you play outside of the home and by yourself. Then he releases Damn, and that's ended up like being one of the highest charting rap releases. So it might have been the highest charting rap release that year, and he made music that could be played other than just by yourself with other people. And like I said, people were talking crazy about Damn, and now it's kind of gotten back to that because now people are forgetting how big Damn was, and now people are going back to talking about, can he win a hit battle against French Montana?
Yeah.
I don't even need new Kendrick music right now. I just need the 20-second video of him first seeing French Montana say that. I just need somebody to record his reaction. That's all I needed. I don't even need new music right now.
But Jordan, on your point about Damn, it always seems like with Kendrick albums drop, those weeks before the peak of Kendrick slander, it kind of like it emerges on Twitter and people start just talking crazy and stuff like that. Like, oh, Kendrick, he ain't never done blah, 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 blah. And then, matter of fact, I have a theory that I think he has a burner. I know he has a burner account.
I don't know. That nigga, he tries to claim that he don't really know how to work like Twitter. That's why he don't really. He said that's why he doesn't. That's why he else his excuse.
Does he mean by like actually know how to work Twitter, or like don't know how to like tweet, or like
I guess he's like one of them older people who just don't understand how to work Twitter. Like, and he is in his 30s, and like those people in that like around that age group don't really know how to use Twitter, or really don't use Twitter like that. You know, they're more of like a Facebook crowd.
When Twitter started popping, he was 24.
Yeah, he was. But like I said, I have cousins and stuff who are like around his age, and they don't really use Twitter. They use primarily, like, they have Twitters, but they really primarily use Facebook. Right? There are people who are around that age group who use Twitter naturally, but I like people around. It might explain why Isaiah Rashad and Reason use Twitter a little bit more than like Absol and
Wait,
Kendrick.
What's Isaiah Rashad and Reason's age? Like their specific age?
I know Isaiah Rashad's like around 26. He's around our age, I think. Reason might actually be close to 30. He might actually be.
Really? I would assume he was younger. Okay, so Isaiah Rashad's 28. Reason TDE rapper.
I think when we
he'd be like 24. Oh, he's old. He's 29?
Yeah.
That nigga tweet like a 22-year-old. God damn, that's what I thought.
Younger than that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I had looked him up on when we did the rookie report, I had to look up his age, and I was like, this nigga's actually a lot older than I realized. He was like the second oldest person after Benny the Butcher when we did that last year.
He tweets like a 22-year-old with a little bit of Instagram clout.
Just a little bit, man. But that's the thing about it, Grant. And this kind of goes back to why I feel like you kind of got to make your artists reduce something. They don't have to, but like just give something. Remind people how good you are, because people will forget. People
like
will
a single.
like a single, a verse, something like it wouldn't like Kendrick makes so much music. It wouldn't kill for him to like just drop one song. Like Jay Electronica could do that. Jay Electronica could drop a song a year. Like
I'm gonna keep it real. Like in the whole TD, like I'm not even trying to make a TD like this, made like a whole TDE thing, but just like any artist in general. Like if you've been gone for like a long time, it wouldn't kill to just drop a verse. Like I don't know. I think it's just like a label. I want to say it's like a label issue, but at the same time, with like in regards to Kendrick, I kind of feel like he doesn't want to do that because he doesn't like. He likes his albums being like an entire surprise until rollout. Rollout comes.
We say he's more of He said he's more of a perfectionist, so that to the fact that the songs that don't make his album, he don't feel like they're good enough to just see the light of day. That's how he feels personally. That's why we don't ever like get that music from him. But like I think it'd be perfectly fine if he decided to like, you know, for us, we know we wouldn't mind. But that's why people talk crazy, because he released an album's crazy for like a year and a half, and then people start to forget how crazy the album was, and they start talking crazy lead up until the next
it's release. Revisionist history.
Yeah, like if he posted like a song every now and then just to remind people how good he is, he wouldn't be that problem. Like I said, like Jay Electronica did it for like a decade where he didn't release an album. He just released a song a year just to remind people how good he was, and that was enough.
But from Kendrick, I don't want him to just like release like a song a year. I want, if he does, because the thing about Kendrick, his music, his albums are so different. I don't want to hear that single and be like, oh, so that's where he's leaning towards. That's where. Yeah. Also, if he does put something out, I want him to put out like bars, like The Heart, or Black Friday, something like that. I don't want to put out like a song.
Yeah, he could do a freestyle, like, because you know his songs typically are always centered around a bigger theme. So releasing a song ahead of time, I wouldn't want that. But doing a freestyle, like he could do a freestyle every now and then, kind of like what Absol did. Like I doubt Absol album sounds anything like that freestyle. And some of the lines that Absol threw in that song, it sounded like things that just like recently happened, and like he probably went in the booth and recorded it just for TDE Appreciation Week. That was probably the most recent song made out of all the songs that came out that week. But we'll talk about that. Going back to that, what I asked y'all about the top 3 songs, y'all feel like Kendrick would play in a hit battle. What would those 3 songs be?
Backseat Freestyle.
Thanks.
In a hit battle. Does this include? Can we include songs from that aren't on albums like Lucy, like loose tracks?
Yeah. I mean, because it's his music. He can play whatever the hell he wants.
Man, Scott Storch was playing something he was 187th part of, so.
Yeah.
I low key.
If it's your music, then yeah, you can play it.
I low key want to say cartoons and cereal. Low key.
That's one
Messy
song
freestyle. Cartoons and cereal, and
come on, man. It's one obvious one that you gotta play.
Mad City.
You gotta play Mad City.
Man,
That's like the ultimate.
Yeah.
That's like the ultimate Kendrick banger. Like that's his banger. Like that's the
And
song
if
that
we keep it
he gets
real,
everybody hyped when he plays it.
they're the one. I'm gonna say this, man, and my whole thing with French is I see what he was trying to do because people looking like, oh, Kendrick ain't really got hits like that, but Kendrick got powerful songs. That's a hit. That's a banger. You can call it whatever you want. If French Montana turn on Pop Dead, he gonna have to play his verse. We not gonna get excited to hear his verse. If Kendrick play any Kendrick song, his verses gonna mean more than 10 French Montana songs as a whole. That's my whole issue with it. French can play whatever he want. When Kendrick turn on Humble, it's gonna kill it. All five, the next 5 songs. Okay, look at it this way. When T-Pain was doing this thing, he was playing his part of the song. When Lil Jon was playing his songs, it was his part of the song. French Montana not a producer. You can't just play the beat in the whole song. You have to play your part specifically. And every French Montana hit, we do not care about his part specifically. That's the whole, okay, man. The Baby got hits. You say what you want about the Baby. When you listen to a song, it's him. When Tiger got hits, we come there to hear him. I ain't never heard a French Montana song where I say, man, I can't wait to hear that French Montana part. French Montana been rapping for over 15 years and he ain't got one memorable verse. I think that speaks volumes. The only French Montana line that I can name off the top of my head is Dwight Howard in the Post Dog. And I ain't never seen Dwight Howard successfully do a post move. So that, look at, man. I thank God that Young Thug came out and called French Montana for what he was, a capper, a major capper. Cap King Cole, Captain America,
Capricorn.
Captain of all the ships, Capricorn.
Man, that was beautiful.
He deserves all the sun that he getting right now. And my man, and to top it all off, if he had named anybody else, we still would have been on his head. That's the number one thing. If he was like, if he had said J. Cole, I would have defended J. Cole. If he would have said J. Cole, I would have hopped on the podcast defending J. Cole. And y'all know how I feel about J. Cole.
Yeah.
Because that just goes to show you how and the thing about French Montana, he is DJ Khaled, but he's not a producer, which means he does nothing. He just, I look at it this way. French got relationships. French is friends with a lot of people in the industry, and he called them to get hits. And then on top of that, he doing all this hit talk. Didn't he drop an album like 6 months ago that nobody streamed? And 50 Cent exposed him for getting fake streams. And he was so desperate for a hit with, what was it, Cardi B, Post Malone, and somebody else is on that song. That song didn't pop off because we don't want to hear you. When he dropped the album, he had to use hits from 2 to 3, 4 years ago. Ain't nobody wanted to hear that because we do not care about a French Montana project. French Montana has been leeching off of major rappers for years. He used to be with all the New York rappers at one point. He was with Gucci and all the Atlanta rappers at one point. Now he's hanging on to Drake every chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just one of them people. We do not care. Your music not better than Kendrick, and your hits ain't even hits because of you. It's because of everybody else. Sit down, shut up, enjoy your quarantine, and don't talk to us about no music. Shout out to Young Thug, man.
I did.
Jesus Christ!
You just dropped a triple double, Corey.
Jesus Christ.
I ain't expected all that.
First half triple double.
I didn't expect that, but yeah, I 100% agree with everything you said. The same thing, like people like Anthony Fantano were going a step too far and saying that like French Montana doesn't make good music, and I think that's going too far because he has made good songs and he has like a record. But
I'm gonna say this: he can get people to make records, but he can't make records. You know what I'm saying? Like alone. You
know what I'm saying? Like his hit records
and
for
ain't
sure.
Nothing wrong with it.
He hasn't made. I can't really think of a hit record by French Montana by himself.
Every French Montana song that I've enjoyed, I know exactly where to skip to. to avoid French Montana. On that little meter that goes, I know exactly where I'm stay scheming. I know exactly where I'm popped. I know exactly where on each song. Just
exactly. And my whole thing is, it ain't like, I ain't trying to just say like he's just a horrible artist and nothing like that. It's lanes in hip hop for everybody. But when you try to come for somebody else and be competitive, it don't count. It's like being a 6-man on the team saying, "Oh, we can't wait to play this one," but you're not playing that person. It's not you. It's everybody else. It's like if what's a player? It's like if
Draymond Green.
That's how Whiteside gets really lit for the last 2 minutes of the game.
Exactly. It's like if the Milwaukee Bucks about to play the 76ers and Dante DiVincenzo comes out and says, "I can't wait to catch Ben Simmons slipping." We gonna be Jared Dudley. Remember when Jared Dudley was like, "Oh, we can't wait to see Ben Simmons. He can't shoot." You not guarding Ben Simmons. You not playing 20 minutes in a game. What are you talking about? It's not you. We not coming here to watch you play. You are not even a 6-man. You like a team therapist. You just a dude that can give people advice when you're there. You not the star. We not here to see you. We not here to hear you. Do your role and call it a day. That's all you got to do, French.
All right, cool. French Montana's already dead. He was dead after your first rant. If I just to answer that question, going back to like the songs we picked in the hit battle, I think like the top 3 haymakers would have been Money Trees, Mad City, Cartoons and Cereal. It's gonna be hard to overcome those 3 songs. I forgot all about Backseat Freestyle. Backseat Freestyle is also a very hard track. Like he has some hard tracks on just that one album.
I would say probably Money Trees and then Poetic Justice.
Oh, Poetic Justice.
Man, I forgot about that one.
I forget about Poetic Justice all the time. That's a hard song to beat too.
Sample. Niggas love a sample.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. He can pull up with Untitled and Under Masters and get French Montana out the paint. I ain't gonna win.
Hey, the live version. It has to be the live versions, though. We ain't gonna disrespect French like that.
Gotta be live.
Had to be live, because those live versions, those are different.
They did hit different. I remember watching all of them. But all right, cool. I think you've assassinated French Montana's character far too much. I guess we all agree. I guess you
beat Lil Baby in the hit battle. You know what?
That's tough. See now, Cord. Now,
who?
He said, "Lil Baby."
A man, not Cord.
Man, I'm just saying.
Are you saying that he can beat him?
He can't beat Lil Baby, bro. Because when Lil Baby play his songs, we gonna hear him.
Okay.
I agree. I thought you said French Montana beat Lil Baby. I was like, huh?
I wouldn't go that far. I say he's right underneath Sway Lee tier.
That's fair.
Because Sway Lee does too much work on other people's projects for friends to beat him.
But
Sway Lee gave him his best hit.
Oh yeah, he did, and it's because of Sway Lee that song was such a massive hit. But
exactly.
Speaking of TDE, I want to talk to you guys about TDE Appreciation Week. It was Top Dog's. It was Top's birthday this past week. And so what does he do? He says, okay, it's my birthday. I think it's fine. We show the fans some appreciation. We're going to release a brand new song every day this week for the fans, which is something that we talked about on the podcast 2 weeks ago. We talked about, we've been talking about for a while now. Like, why don't you just release music? Just give us some music. Like, you don't got to give us full like mixtapes. Then we're saying just show us what the artists are working on and show us they are actually doing something in the studio. So on Monday, we got Absol. We got a freestyle from him. Tuesday, we ended up following up with a 3-year-old Isaiah Rashad song, according to Isaiah Rashad. It was an old track, which was still very good. It was good to hear from him. Okay. Wednesday, we got Sakari. He released 2 songs. Thursday, we got Sir featuring Boogie. And then Friday, we got a song from recent called I Might Not Make It, which a lot of negative publicity came with that song. Before we talk about the individual songs, did you guys feel like TDE Appreciation Week was a success? Do you feel like they did something right here?
I feel like they did something right. Of course, it was some people that I wanted to drop a song that didn't drop a song. Like I wanted to hear something from SZA. I wanted to hear like overall in theory, like it just all on your preference on who you wanted to hear. But yeah, I feel like it was overall success.
Yeah. I definitely wanted to hear SZA because I haven't heard from her in just as long as Kendrick. It's literally been just as long since I've heard from her, maybe even longer because Kendrick has done some guest features since then. SZA hasn't really done a lot of guest features since then, so we've heard even less of her in the past 3 years than Kendrick. So I wanted to hear something from her. Didn't really care to hear something Q. He had his turn with Crash Talk. I heard enough of him there. And then he released a song after that with Alchemist that was really good. So I'm like, okay, that's good enough. Then there was J-Rock. I did too much care to hear J-Rock's song. I would have been fine with it. But hearing Zay, who we haven't heard from in a long time, it was great to hear him. Because he doesn't even do guest features pretty much. So it was great to hear him, period, even though it's an older song. And then Absol, he don't really do guest features like this. It was also great to hear him and remind us how good of a rapper he can be. Because you know how we were talking about earlier, Grant, how it's easy to forget how good someone is when you haven't heard for a while. We've been pretty hard on Absol lately, but this was a good song. So with that being said, I was about to say, with that being said, we've heard it was a good reminder of how good Isaiah, how good Absol is. Sir showing us how good he is. Sakari was probably the weakest link. I kind of those songs are pretty forgettable, which I'm not a big fan of Sakari. He's not doing a feature for somebody else on the label. And then there's Reason, which we'll talk about Reason in a bit. So, Delon, how'd you feel about this week being a success or not a success?
In terms of the quality of the songs, I think it was definitely a success. In terms of putting out music, I think it's a success. But this nigga knew exactly what he was saying when he said TD gonna drop some music. He knew who we wanted to hear from. He should have went ahead and released the lineup of who was dropping a song at the beginning of the week.
Exactly.
He should have said he knew what we came to see. If he would have said it was gonna be TDE's, I don't want to say B list.
Second string.
I really appreciate all the second string. Not to disrespect Isaiah Rashad at all, but we know what I'm saying. Then he could have said it. He could have. Hey, Absol, man, Absol?
Man,
Absol's
wait. That's my only complaint. Should have been J-Rock instead of Absol. Absol is not second string. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
Numbers don't lie.
I feel like it should have been instead of. You know what? I'm not gonna say nothing.
Don't say it.
I'm gonna save it. But Delon, you are right. He know who we wanted to hear. Now, let's keep it a whole band. Now, you know good and well we want to hear SZA instead of, you know what?
Hey,
I'm gonna say it. Goddammit!
He knew what we wanted.
I was fine not getting a Kendrick song. I was fine not getting a SZA song. Just let us know,
I would have preferred hearing Lance Skywalker over Sakari.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. I find him a lot more interesting than Sakari. Even though Sakari's a way better singer.
Way more.
Sakari's music is just kind of boring to me. But yeah, I mean, he kind of had to keep that mystique a little bit because, if he just said, hey, we're going to end the week on Reason, dropping a single on Friday. And then, niggas going to be, oh, Reason. Sakari on Wednesday.
What I tell y'all last week? Mystique only works with stars. It only, man. You can't. Oh man, we got TD. Oh, we thinking. Oh, we can't get. Well, I'm gonna keep it real. I knew we were gonna get Kendrick. We gonna get SZA. Oh, we gonna get J-Rock. Oh, we gonna get School. What you did that? The third is we got Sakari. Okay, actually, my biggest complaint is why you ended off a Reason.
Listen, that's what I'm saying.
You got. And then on top of it, it's the fact that they was like, oh, we got something special. They did like the little tweet, Donald Trump, Tekashi 69, SZA, this, that, and the third. I'm like, I know this not an album. So 9 times out of 10, we finna get the clout chasing song where he hop on the track and name drop mad people and we not go care. And then I was like, well, you know what? I'm being a little bit too hard on TDE. I came on her last week and said what I said. Maybe I'm wrong. Track come out, what we get.
Keep it real with you. Friday would have been a perfect time to drop a Black Hippie track.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Hey, at worst, the Absol song on Friday. Worst, Absol on Friday.
I think it was good to
release
Absol first, just to show everybody they're serious. Like if they started out with Sakari,
Absol or Isaiah on Friday.
Because if they started out with Sakari on Monday, they're like, they gonna bullshit us, man. They ain't gonna give us what we really want.
If you end with might not make it.
I want to go back to what I said last week. I said TD was doing a great job managing their artists, blah, 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 blah. They are actively mismanaging Reason. Actively. They are setting Reason up to fail. And, you know, that song wasn't it. But they could have put any other person on Friday. Preferably, my lineup would have been Isaiah on Monday, Ab on Friday, or flip-flop the two. Because we haven't heard from Ab in a while. Niggas are excited to hear from him, and they just want the Isaiah album. But to be like, hey, we gonna close it out. Yeah, y'all think y'all getting that check? Y'all think y'all getting SZA on the last week? Y'all think y'all get a big surprise? No, it's Reason. Not only that, Reason's literally worst song.
Yeah, because Reason
setting that nigga up to fail.
It made him an easy target.
Because Reason don't make bad music. Like, he's just annoying on the internet. But this song, like, just reading, and they also made a mistake by letting the actual lyrics come out before the song so that people read it before they heard it. Because actually hearing it, it doesn't actually sound that bad. Like, he's saying if I only have like 24 hours left on this earth, this is what I would do. And I'm like, okay, and then framing it in the context of the actual song and hearing them rapping it, because she's doing like the whole Barbie dreams, suicidal thought, homage, all that kind of stuff. How to Rob. He's paying homage to all those rappers. In that light, this song is actually not all that bad. It's like maybe like one or two bad lines, but ultimately, it's just the delivery, the fact they let the lyrics get out first, so we don't really know that's what he's doing. It just seems like an attention grab. Like he's doing this purpose just so he can get attention by name dropping all these people. I also don't like the fact he mentioned Tekashi 6ix9ine. He's already mentioned Tekashi 6ix9ine in another song. Like two singles ago, he mentioned Tekashi 6ix9ine in a single. So I feel like it felt like an attention grab, and I couldn't really take it as seriously as I might have if it had been a track on his album, kind of like how Barbie Dreams was just a random track on Nicki Minaj's last album. Because hearing it on the album, I'm like, okay, this is cool. I probably thought the same thing if I heard Reason song in the context of his album, rather than him going like making an Instagram post, writing down all the names, all the people he gonna mention. So like I said, it seems like an attention grab. I disagree with DeLon 100%. Like I feel like they're mismanaging Reason. They just setting that nigga up to fail. They gotta do something.
I mean, my thing is, if there was like a Wednesday track and they didn't hype us up, I'm like, oh, okay, this is a crazy song. But it's the fact that the main event, Reason, might not make it. Let's go ahead and post the lyrics so we can go on Rap Genius and all the blogs can pick it up, and we can get some videos and some topics to go towards. Like,
he's
how
on.
you do it.
He's the only one with video too.
I mean, like even if you look at how Nicki did Barbie Dreams, it still was a whole album to go with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so when the song dropped, it was an event, but it wasn't the end all be all. Like, her whole album didn't hinge on how we felt about the song, but when your entire week is, we doing it for the fans, and then we get a song, it's like, this ain't for us, this for y'all. like you know, y'all just trying to get people to talk. You know, it's quarantine, everybody create a board. Y'all want to get a bunch of people to sit down and get Reason trending. How could he say it? I mean, and let's be completely honest here. It's probably where they crazy Twitter thread came from. Think about it. What's two things you do to get Black Twitter talking? Defend white people and Hispanics saying the N-word, talk about celebrities. It's top two things.
Yeah, you can get attention like that, but you also you can also make people stop caring about your music like that too. Like, that can get you attention, but like, I don't think there's too many black artists who say crazy shit like Reason has and actually gain more attention and fandom because of it. He probably gained some white fans because of that. You know, probably some white dudes like, yeah, bro. At
this point,
that's
not thing, go ahead and use the coronavirus to his advantage. Top Dog needs to use it to advantage. Drop his album while they can use that as an excuse to not have a tour. Because the way this is going for Reason, it might be an awkwardly quiet set for him. It might, man.
All I'm saying is this. You don't want to make him the Joyner Lucas of the label. I'm going to put it like that. Don't become the Hobson of the label. Don't be the Joyner Lucas. Don't be the guy. Don't be like the Game. You don't want to be the name dropping guy. You don't want to be the dude that say something on Twitter that make everybody mad, and then you drop a song, and the song is cool, but when you just talking about other people, like, they not going to look at you as an individual artist. And the one thing I give TDE a lot of credit for is that every artist got their own personality. And whether you like their music or not, you still respect the fact that they do their own thing with their gimmicks. So, you know, you just don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, you don't want to be the guy who's hinging off other people's names. You want to be, be a standalone on your own. And Reason, he has also his whole personality.
Why be the wild card of a stable label?
Exactly. And like, think about Reason, like it's like Reason's whole shtick is, I'm gonna make y'all upset, and nobody wants to enjoy. Who wants to do that?
The talking at the end of the song was the thing that annoyed me the most. He's like, ha ha ha, y'all gotta stop being so damn sensitive. Ha ha ha, I'm doing this for. Shut the fuck up, Reason. Damn.
Exactly. Just let us have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I can't get jiggy with what Reason had going on. But so what was your favorite?
This way, man.
I was gonna ask you, what was your favorite release? What was your favorite release this week?
Why worry? No
What
I
you
got Isaiah, then Sir, then Ab.
That actually might be my order as well. I really love that Sir track. Him and Boogie.
Boogie is always good for a feature.
Man, that was nice. Like I said, it was great. Not a slight to Soul. There was other tracks that just spoke to me a lot more. But it's good to hear Soul. Also, that second half of Soul song was really good. The beach. That's the entire production on that song was great. Even before and after the beat change. But after the beat change, that's when Soul turns it up a level himself. But that's definitely the best three. I think I would who would I rather to between that Reason and Sakari 2 tracks? It'd probably be Reason. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'd rather listen to that Reason song than Sakari. I'm sorry, Sakari.
Reason song sounded good. It's just that's why I'm not worried about his album, because the sound of it, the beat, him rapping over it, his tone, it didn't sound bad. I just need somebody to get through with him about content before he chooses to release the album.
I ain't that crazy about his singles though. Like the singles, they didn't really speak to me. Like they weren't bad, but they were just kind of like, eh. So I'm kind of worried about the album in whole. If all of those singles he's dropped up to this point will be on the album plus this song, it's not looking good for Reason, to be honest with y'all. But if y'all want to go on, we can move on to the next topic. I want to talk to you guys about Smino, who released a brand new mixtape. I'm drawing a blank on what the name of it is. Grant, do you know what the name of this mixtape was?
He already decided.
It's something.
Something about decided. She decided
already. She already. Hold on.
Yeah, I think she already decided. I think that's what it is. And I listened to it. I didn't know what to go. He posted it on SoundCloud, which is new. It's been a while since I've seen like a major label. I think Smino signed to a major label, but even then, an artist at least of his like stature, at the very least, like most time artists around who Speedo's name, he's kind of like known around the music industry. Usually artists like that will only release their music on Apple Music and above. Like I haven't seen anybody release something solely on SoundCloud in a hot minute. Even up and coming artists now don't put their stuff on SoundCloud like that. And so it was. First of all, that was the most interesting thing. And I got to listen to the album. It was kind of clear why he was on SoundCloud, because he had like an Isley Brothers sample on the first track. Sounded amazing. It was gorgeous. But then over the course of this mixtape, he also sampled and used other beats from other artists. Like most notably, he used the Savage beat from Meg Thee Stallion and like remixed it. And then he remixed some more songs on the album. So it just let me think to myself, like I actually heard a mixtape where an artist just took the beats from a bunch of other rappers and just put their own spin, unique spin on it. And which led me to think to myself, like, why don't rappers do that anymore? Do you guys have a take on that?
I feel like it's not really, I don't want to say it's not a wave, but it's like, I think it's just like in the streaming culture we're in and stuff like that. It's not really
profitable.
That's it. Profitable.
I don't want to say necessarily profitable, but it's just I don't want to say this is the entire reason, but one reason is like with SoundCloud, it isn't it's accessible, but not as accessible as Apple Music and Tidal and stuff like that. That's not the main reason. I just feel like it's just not the wave right now.
I'm
not saying it's bad, but
I kind of agree with Cole.
It's not mainstream.
I kind of agree with Cole when he said it's not profitable. So the simple fact is that if that mixtape is a hit and like a lot of people stream it, he makes no money off of it unless he tours on that music. So he can't
really don't mean that.
So like that song with the Isley Brothers could get like 1 billion streams today. It wouldn't mean anything. He's not gonna make a dime off that song because he can't put it on a streaming platform which would pay him for having that.
And also, so I think it's harder to build a fan base that way now. Because like back in the day, I ain't gonna say every rapper, but a lot of rappers did that. But now, like remember when drill music was really popping and then Montana 3000 Wait, 3,300. Oh, yeah, Montana 300. He would come out. Yeah, he would come out and remix somebody. Well, not, you know, he'd take somebody beat. I rap better on your beat than you, and then everybody was like, "All right, well, make your own music." And then he did, and it was like, "Oh, okay, we'll go back to these other rappers." Like, you know, I just think it don't fit. And also, you have to just be a very, very good rapper to take somebody else's song and make it your own. Only a few artists can do that. And that's why we give Wayne so much credit for it, because he was one of the few that can just, yeah.
And those artists that are capable of actually remixing.
I'm trying to see who was. Wait, it was a rapper. One of the rapper like a couple years ago, like every mixtape was someone's album. That was a while. I can't think his name. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Didn't Walker do that?
No. This is who he could rap. Like he would take like an album and then make it. Like he'll take all the beats from an album and then make a mixtape with the same cover and everything. He would just switch a little bit up. I can't think his name for nothing in the world.
No, not Deontay Hitchcock. He didn't do that. No, I can't remember.
I can't think his name though.
But like you said, that is a unique talent. And I don't think everybody can do it. And the artists that are capable of doing it, they're trying to make a profit. That's extra. They're not going to put the work in to make these creative spin-off tracks and then I make a dime off those tracks. They'd rather use that energy towards making something they could actually put on streaming services and make a profit of it. But I do think it'd be profitable though. Like if even then, like it kind of reminded me that like I used to wonder, like people used to ask all the time, what's the difference between a mixtape and an album? Because there's some mixtapes that don't sample other people's beats, but it will still it'd be like a bunch of songs of original music. And a lot of times it's because them artists couldn't get sample clearances, so they couldn't so they would never like release those songs because they can't get a sample clearance because the samples are just too many rules with it. So I'm thinking to myself, like, if you have a bunch of songs in the vault that have sample clearance problems, why not just release them as a mixtape? Just release them, and that way your fans have the music. You give them something they like and they want, and you might not make money off it in that moment, but you might garner brand new fans who will come in and stream your original material when you put that on streaming services.
It's because those laws are getting a lot dicier now. Because also, I think the Isley Brothers song. I think I also heard the melody from "Say So" by Doja. So that song samples 2 songs. So it's like Smino doesn't make enough money, I'm going to assume, to justify paying for all those things. The artists that have that money don't want to spend their time doing that when they can just make more money. Again, the last rapper I've heard like taking people's beats and rapping over it would be like was Royce the 5'9" with the bar exam. And then other than that, I really haven't heard anybody do it well. But like those rules are changing because like ever since the Lord Finesse Mac Miller thing, where he wasn't selling that, and you figure out you can sue people.
He got to get dirty.
Yeah, and I saw that happen like a couple times. And then it's the fact that nowadays, since in those days you didn't make that much money. Like the streaming, it allows people that own the sample to take more money and take more proportion from it, and have it easily tracked. Like if we see directly how many streams, it's easy for those dudes to get Juice WRLD out of here with that. So it's like kind of like a direct thing. Like the more we get more technology with it, the harder it is to do that and like try to get sample clearances, which is why Tory Lanez
they go sue.
They gonna sue. They gonna see it. And they gonna get a portion of that stream, sir.
Shout out to Stain.
Because I know like a lot of people used to like pay before they like pay in advance, pay X amount of money to use a sample. Now it's like, yeah, I'll take a bit of each stream you get.
All right.
Hey, man, you got to get in your Kanye bag, find like some foreign artists that sold like 15 records and sample that. If you touch one of these superstar songs, they coming for you.
That's usually what makes it special. Well, nah, you can find some hot samples from lower time artists, but that's also kind of what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of shiesty. But then again, you know, billionaire Kanye know all about that now.
It's facts. Gotta sample them Bollywood artists.
Billionaire
$15.
boys. Facts. Niggas don't know what you're doing with the beat. They just happy to get that $15. But,
facts.
So we only have one thing left to talk about. We have fan questions. So starting with the first fan question of the evening, we have a question from the homie Paragon Don 605. The first question he had about 3 questions. Shout out to Paragon. The first question he asked us was biggest adjustment for us from the pandemic. The biggest adjustment for me right now is not getting a haircut. So I can clearly see I haven't had a haircut in over a month. Granted, it's not as bad as I would have thought it'd be after a month of not getting a haircut. But that's been the biggest adjustment for me. Not getting haircuts and sitting inside all day. Not working out. I haven't worked out in a while either. What about you guys?
Yeah, definitely no shape up. I feel homeless.
Oh, you got the hood on, Grant.
That's why I got this. That's why I got this hoodie on right here. Yeah, staying inside all day. Just gotta go outside every once in a while, get some air.
I've never walked around my neighborhood until now. I didn't know what my neighborhood looked like outside of my car until this shit happened.
Definitely.
Go ahead, Grant.
Go ahead, Alon.
I was saying, I cleared out my garage for workout space because after 2 weeks of not leaving my house, I felt disgusting. So I've been working on my garage. I've actually gotten to know my dog. He's pretty cool. So
shout out
there's
to
that. Shout out to Finn. That's about it. God, and the biggest adjustment working from home, and always being at the mercy of my employer is obnoxious.
What about you, Corey?
It's tough.
Any big changes for you? You know, it seems like you've been pretty much more or less doing the exact same thing.
Oh yeah. My life's still the same. You know, go to work, be around sick people, come home, go to work. Yeah. I think the only thing that's been different, actually the crazy thing is, I think I've been working out more since I'm at the crib. You know, my brother, he always had like the whole garage, like mad equipment.
Shit.
And so since he had the crib a little bit more, he catch me slipping there now. And like, all right, man, what you doing? Noodles. All right, come on, man, go on to the garage. It's go time.
So like Paragon's next question is, how are we staying sane during this time? Pretty much like
2K.
Yeah, 2K.
NBA 2K.
Niggas do be on that 2K every day. Like I said, for me, it's like basically just like going for walks. Cause like instead of being cramped up inside, but not being able to go anywhere, going around walks around my neighborhood is nice. Like it's really beautiful out. What it's just turning spring. The weather's nice. It's refreshing. Honestly, getting some like real air.
Enjoying nature.
Yeah, really, really. Like so, like just that's pretty much been the biggest thing for me in terms of like keeping myself from going stir crazy. Is spending like an hour to 2 hours just outside, walking around, just chilling, enjoying outside, and then coming back in and then like going back to doing like my schoolwork or podcast related things or just playing the game. It don't feel as bad composed if I just sat inside all day. Because I did sit inside all day, every day for like a whole week, and I felt terrible after that week was over. And I said I gotta start doing something different. But what about y'all?
Definitely limiting. I would say to stay sane, limiting social media usage and then going outside. Find something new to do every day, maybe.
Yeah.
Like
I've definitely used Twitter less since being locked.
Yeah, I can agree.
I have not been on Twitter as much, which is kind of funny because normally I'm actually at school doing work, so I probably shouldn't have been on Twitter as much then, but you know, that's how I go.
Hey, between me and you being off Twitter, that podcast ain't been tweeting as much lately.
No, it has not. I legit forgot to send out the movies link the other day, and like it didn't dawn on me until like late that night. And I've never done that as long as we've been putting out episodes. I always get the link out immediately. But it was like I checked Twitter like first time. Like, my girlfriend put like a lock on my phone, a Twitter lock, so that I could only use Twitter for 2 hours. But, you know, of course, I always say ignore. So like I would always end up using it up by 12 o'clock during school. But since the pandemic, like I'll be on my phone like around 9 o'clock at night and it'd be like, you use your 2 hours up. I'm like, I'm just not using my 2 hours. I'm like, I'm surprised. So like
I don't be on Twitter. Like I wake up, by then Grant has texted me, you on 2K today? Hop on the 2K for a couple hours, do a little bit of work. Right before this started happening, I got back into reading, so I've been reading a lot. But yeah, man, I have not been touching Twitter like that. I've been firing off 3 tweets a week.
Yeah, you gotta get that back up. Gotta start shooting from the hip. So on that topic of like video games, what's your favorite games of all time?
Me personally, I'm gonna have to go with, if I had to do 3, I'm gonna go with Kingdom Hearts 2,
That's a good pick.
Elder Scrolls, Skyrim. I want to say Splinter Cell Conviction.
Ooh.
Really?
Ooh.
I've never heard anybody talk about that game before. Really?
Splinter Cell
Stealth.
Conviction. Or
Hate stealth games.
man, you tripping. You're tripping.
Love them.
Stealth games are goated, man.
I know that's right up Delon's alley, but that's never been my forte. I guess I never had the patience for it. Ironically,
I was just talking to somebody about how they need to bring Splinter Cell back, but co-op.
I wish they had it to where you could play it on like backwards compatibility, like you could play Blacklist on PS4.
Yeah. I'd probably say mine are number one. Well, number one, 100% Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots, 2008 PlayStation 3. And then I got probably God of War 2018, ESPN NFL 2K5, Red Dead 2. That might be, was that 5?
Yeah,
then 5. If that wasn't 5, Horizon Zero Dawn on the PlayStation 4.
you've had a lot of recent entries into your top 5.
I know. My list had held very strong for about a solid decade until this last year.
Well, I am a Nintendo buff, so I really only own Nintendo games for most of my life. That's all I ever owned. So most of the games I'm gonna say are like Mario games, with Super Smash Brothers being like that's like my game. Like I'm good at Dragon Ball Z Fighters. Almost all the other side scroll fighting games I'm just either average or bad at. But Super Smash Bros. Like that's my shit. Like that's the game that's like the one game I feel like I fuck up anybody in, hands down. So Super Smash Brothers, any iteration, I love all of them. The only one I didn't. Is there one I did not like? People didn't like Brawl, but I love Brawl. So no, there's not like a Smash. There's not a Smash I did not like. I like the Wii U version as well. Super Mario Sunshine is one of my favorite games of all time. Luigi Mansion, one of my favorite games of all time. Pokemon series, I don't think I had a particular. It probably might have been like maybe Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Maybe that generation was one of my favorites. Gen 4 is probably second behind that, and yeah, I think that's my favorite games of all time. So shout out to Paragon, dope artist.
Before we move on,
okay, what's up?
Before we move on, first off, I was on Paragon's music just last night, so it's funny you tweeted us. He put out a tape in January. Go listen to that. Go check his YouTube out. But most importantly, his name is Pretty Wings Was About Flats, and I just took a second to think about that. Yes. We're talking Pretty Wings Maxwell, right?
I'm pretty sure that's what he's talking about. Cause I didn't realize when I screenshotted it until I put it up here so we can look at it. I was like, wait a minute, he's talking about the song, I think.
God damn.
I
gotta listen to that song and think about chicken. That's wild.
But definitely check out Paragon's music, man. You're a dope artist. I love the damn it's not damn, what's that song? Not Skip Bayless, not Stephen A. What's the black
Photogenic?
guy? No, not Photogenic is hot. No, I'm talking about the song with what's the black guy that be on FS1 with Skip?
Oh yeah. Too Sharp.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp. Yeah, that shit hard.
Too Sharp like Shannon.
Yes, sir. Sorry. Moving on to the next question from the homie at Dev Bino. Is Fab overrated or underrated? LOL. This topic would have been a lot more funnier if Core was here. I don't know exactly what Core disappeared to, but Fab in my mind is definitely underrated. And I feel like he became a laughing stock mostly because of his outfits and his corny bars that he's grown to love in the past couple of years, 2 to 3 years. I'll say 2 to 3. But when you listen to his Soul Tape series, I forgot the name of the other mixtape series he had. Somebody like dressing
Summertime Shootout.
Summertime Shootout is good too. But I'm thinking it's a mixtape series, like something to Death. I think Death is in the name of it. But he's dressing like all black and like he's at a piano or something. That series is very good as well. Fab has been on a lot of tracks with a lot of good rappers, and he's had close to the best verse on a lot of songs with a lot of good lyricists. His albums themselves were not like anything amazing, but they were good. He's been a good rap. He's been a relevant good rapper for almost 2 decades now. I don't think the last couple of years should cover up how good of an MC he is. So yeah, I definitely say he's underrated.
I became a meme right when memes started becoming memes, and that was just very unfortunate for him in his career.
Yes,
it was like terrible timing to be corny.
Yes, like the whole, and like somebody said, like Twitter has been like the downfall of a lot of artists, and I really feel like that was for Fabulous because he just became a joke, so to speak, because of Twitter. And they started highlighting all his flaws and errors, which are common flaws across the board, across other rappers that we tend to, choose to ignore. But we highlighting him because it's become a meme. So now he can't escape it. And people now are looking specifically, even if he had like 8 good tracks in a row, if he has something on track 9, that's all we talk about. So you hate to see it. What about you, Grant? You think he's overrated or underrated?
I feel like I don't want to necessarily say he's underrated, but I want to say that he gets he's one of those rappers where people definitely go look for, maybe 3 or 4 corny punchlines, and they blow those punchlines so much out of proportion to where that's the only thing people talk about from him. But overall, I think he's just I don't want to say he's like a solid rated because he's obviously not a solid rated, but it's just he just gets slandered so much for. I don't want to say him and Wayne are similar, but him and Wayne get slandered for the same thing. That's just with stuff in general. A lot of rappers, they're good songs, like what you said, similar to what you said. Like a lot of their rappers, their good songs are not put on as big of a pedestal as their songs with here's a terrible punchline. Maybe here's 2 or 3 terrible punchlines, and people tend to judge them off those, and they feel like that's their whole discography and everything.
Yeah, like Wale.
Yeah, I agree too. People, I don't want to say with punchlines with Wale that isn't his problem or anything like that. People just kind of judge him off his
character,
his Twitter, his social, the way he's acted on social media. And with him, it didn't used to be like that, because after the whole false prophets thing came out with J. Cole, people were talking about Wale came to Twitter, and then he was just he commented on the song, stuff like that. And people were talking about Wale doesn't have a right to be not sensitive, but he doesn't have a right to J. Cole doesn't have the right to say that about Wale not having fans, because J. Cole has more fans than Wale, way more fans than Wale. So then people just start calling him sensitive and stuff like that and everything like that. But back to I'm not trying to get off in that tangent.
Yeah. But
back to the whole Fabulous thing. I'm gonna actually go with slightly underrated, because the Soul Tape series is very good, in my opinion.
He didn't miss.
And I never thought he was just once again, I feel like social media just blew his punchlines out of proportion. And overall, he wasn't really just listen to this rap, oh my God, he's just god awful. He was never just terrible to me or anything like that.
No, he's been, because he's been a good rapper. It's just as of late, punchline. In this day and age, it's harder to be a punchline rapper than it was years ago, where we let a lot of shit slide. Now we kind of grew up and realized that some of the shit is actually very corny. So now we could put a lot of so now we're in the A and age where we put individual lines under a microscope more so than in the past, because we can.
Yeah.
But that's all I got. You guys have any other closing thoughts y'all want to have before we head out?
Thank y'all for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Grant, I'm
gonna shout out myself, because DeLon, last time he shouted me out, he slandered me. So shout out to myself. Shout out to Twitter people.
I forgot about that.
We have not had a guest come on here and shout themselves out. That took a lot of balls.
Fuck Grant. At Groovy Gert.
I only did that because DeLon said, "Fuck."
Yeah. No. I understand, but we greatly appreciate you being on, Grant. It's been a blast. Should have had you on sooner, to be honest with you. Hopefully you be available. We can have you on more in the future. But that's all I get.
My thing. Wait.
Oh.
my thing, shout out to Smino for making me dust off Spinrilla this week. Shout out for that.
That was
dig down out of the crates.
That was a very fun mixtape. Shout out to Smino. And like I said, remember, we have potentially 3 episodes releasing this week. So make sure you follow us subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter. Make sure you go to the website. Make sure you give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Just make sure you follow us somewhere so you make sure you can get all this content that we're getting, or follow us everywhere so you don't miss out on anything. Because like I said, we will be having YouTube exclusive content. So it'd be in your best interest if you did subscribe to us there. Thank you all for tuning into another episode of your favorite podcast. See you next week.